We are putting it out there right now. Give me 1 second. All right, let's pull that up.
I just want to do a random sound effect.
Well, and we're not mad at that. Okay. So for the NFL, we got a couple of get back sex moments in this 6-pack. Let's go ahead and kick this thing off with a bang. We're gonna go with the upset pick, and I hope I'm right, but I also hope that I'm wrong. And I say that just because I've got Christian McCaffrey on my fantasy team. Mm-hmm. And so, of course, I want him to do well because I've got to get myself out the fucking cellar. That's where I'm headed if I lose this week. I got to beat Eric. I got to fucking beat him. We're going to take the Philadelphia Eagles on the upset at the Carolina Panthers. They got Stefan Gilmore. I don't believe he's not playing this week because I think he was already injured anyways. Yeah. He hadn't been playing with England. But I think he'll probably be eligible to come back next week. Carolina, they start 2-0 at home. Philly has now lost 3 in a row. They put up a good fight for Kansas City, but we knew that Kansas City would pull away.
And they didn't punt the whole game either.
Yeah, and the thing is that Philly's offense certainly isn't Kansas City's, but I just have a gut feeling here that the Eagles finally put together another decent game, and they beat a team that's, for the most part, vastly overrated, in my opinion. And we'll see if we can pull this film up by the end of the season and see if Carolina's a playoff team. I don't believe that they are.
Well, the NFL world thinks they are because they're like, oh, they went and got bump and run Gilmore. They made the trade the week before. They're telling you that they're ready to win right now.
Did you know that the Falcons, Adam Schefter reported this, that the Falcons they were trying to get Stefan Gilmore, but that he basically declined it. I think that Atlanta gave up more capital to get him, and they were going to pay him too, which is weird because we don't really have any cap space. But I guess they had enough to make the deal work for him. And I would have loved it because Oliver went out. But regardless, I digress. Next pick, we're going to go with the Raiders money line. They're back in Sin City, and they get the feast on Justin Fields. Not a great defensive effort against Herbert, but my belief is this. Matt Nagy him and Urban Meyer are going to fight to see who gets fired first. And we're talking about a team that's 2-2 versus an 0-4 team in Urban Meyer's Jaguars. And the fact that that's even a conversation, it just tells me Matt Nagy's a liar. This guy came out and said, Andy's our guy. You know, he was doing all this. Then last week, well, if Andy's good to go, we're going to start Andy. All right, we're going to start Fields. Andy's not good to go. Now this week, Andy's good to go. He's going to serve as a backup.
Monday, he said Andy was his guy.
And then he said, yeah, Justin's going to be the starter the rest of the season. Just wanted to let everybody know that.
I think Ryan Pace came and knocked on his door and said, hey, I'm trying to keep my job.
Right. You know, what he did is he pulled up a picture and he said, you see this? Say, that's my little girl. He said, she's got to eat. And you putting Andy Dalton out there means that she's not going to eat. And so then
you see your little girl right here? You want your little girl to eat? Okay.
Right. Well, you better fucking act like it. Like, you know what I mean? And so, but so we're going to take the Raiders on the money line there against the Bears. Next game. Give me Cleveland at the Chargers. They are kind of battle tested now. And I think that everybody knows how good Cleveland is. They won a hard-fought game against the Vikings. And I know the Vikings are 1-3 too, but that team is better than 1-3, and the Vikings needed that win, and their defense completely shut down that high-powered offense. The Chargers didn't show me enough. I wish that if they had closed out against the Raiders a little bit better, they obviously did end up closing the game out, but they beat them. The Raiders very well could have come back and won that game. I think that missed field goal really did turn everything around. And of course, the Chargers got a couple of fourth down conversions that really ended the game, basically. Give me Cleveland. I think that defense travels, and Justin Herbert, doesn't see a pass rush like that very often. Give me Cleveland on the money line. Next game, what I essentially believe is a layup. We're going to go ahead and take that -3 on the Green Bay Packers at the Cincinnati Bengals. Historically, Aaron Rodgers does not do well in Cincinnati. For whatever reason, he's had some pretty bad games there. This team is going to be without Joe Mixon, another one of my fantasy football players that gets to miss. But they're going to be without Joe Mixon. I think that he is a straw that kind of stirs the drink. And it's not like Green Bay's got this world beater defense or anything, but they're going to pretty much force Joe Mixon to throw the entire game, which has been relatively their strength. But I think it's because the fear of Joe Mixon. That's what the Jaguars tried to shut down last Thursday. Joe Mixon, that's who they were trying to shut down. And then quickly, let's see, we won 1, 2, 3, 4. So we got 2 more. I'm going to go out on a whim here and say the Pittsburgh Steelers, sorry asses, finally get a win. I like them against the Denver Broncos at home. I think that Ben will maybe come out and show a little bit of flash, a little bit of something. They played pretty well against Green Bay. Green Bay's just better than them. No shot.
Would you start Claypool?
Over.
I'm not starting Claypool.
Not over Debo, or you got Keenan Allen and Debo. I wouldn't start him over either of them. And then I know you started somebody else last week. It wasn't Marvin Jones. I would probably start him over Marvin Jones if you're running a 3 wide receiver fantasy team.
I think I'm gonna start Henry Ruggs.
You got Ruggs?
Yeah, I went and picked him up off the scrap heap this week.
Yeah, I dropped his ass. But hey, I got Trey Lance. I got to figure out, because if Matt doesn't really show up against the Jets, at that point, I mean, I'm confident in Carr, but I'm not confident in Carr yet.
Well,
and
I'm down to 1 QB now.
Right. And then for the final pick, this one was tough. It was tough to kind of come down to. And just because I haven't touched it in 2 weeks, and because I hate betting on it, I'm gonna stay away from it. I'm not gonna touch the Falcons game. I'm gonna go back to that Green Bay Cincinnati game. I got under 50.5 in that game. I don't see the points for Cincinnati. I do not see a shootout. I see Green Bay kind of coming together and actually having a complete game for once, where the defense shows up. They just signed Jalen Smith. Too bad they didn't get Stefan Gilmore. I know that Devontae Adams had sent that message on Instagram and said, text me, bro, and everybody's like, oh, what does that mean? But give me the under 50.5. I just don't see how the points come together for Cincinnati without Joe Mixon out there.
I don't either. And I mean, I like Joe Burrow, but I need Aaron Bleeping Rodgers to get off. Well, I need them to score,
You need the Aarons.
I need Aaron to get the Aarons to give me 30. Give me 35 points in a 35-7 game.
30. I think that they'll get to 30 against them. I mean, if Herb and the boys could get 21 on the road, I don't know why Green Bay can't get to 30. That's way more firepower. Now, and granted, though, and that's why, too, Cincinnati is coming off of what's basically a half a bye week. They're probably going to play a little bit better,
Probably, but it won't matter.
Because unlike Herb, Herb was partying. I'm sure that Zach Taylor was actually game planning for Green Bay. And I'm sure the guys were watching the game on Sunday together.
I'm pretty sure Joe Burrow, who could have went to his old stomping grounds up there in Columbus, was like, "Nah, I'm going to stay in Cincy, and I'm gonna watch some film with Jamar Chase and Tyler Boyd, and T. Higgins."
We're gonna me and the O-line, we're gonna look at these defensive schemes and we're gonna figure them out so that we can be ready for the game.
Absolutely, man. But hey, look. I think we burnt enough herb today. We got some good picks. And I don't have anything else for this show because the game's about to kick off.
Well, let's get to kickoff, and I hope that everybody gets these picks in. I'm looking to redeem myself, certainly in college. I know that we won't do 2 and 4, and like I said, at this point, we're pretty steady with the NFL. I feel really good about it. And because I didn't touch the Falcons, I bet I'll regret it. I bet they kick the Jets' ass. I hope they do.
Me too. I'll be up early. I'll be at work when that game's on. Shit.
I'll be drinking breakfast shots. And for those that want to know what the breakfast shot recipe, ounce of Jameson, half an ounce of butterscotch liqueur, and get you a cup of like a shot of orange juice. And then if you for this case, because it's early in the morning, you might as well cook your bacon, put your strip of bacon on top. It's like pancakes and bacon with syrup.
All right, Pierce. I'll talk to you later, dog.
All right.